summit may have been held in China, but its outcomes had a direct impact on the continent of Africa. As they undertake economic reforms, Africa was placed firmly on the spotlight.
China was able to highlight and put on the map the matters of the continent of Africa, that Africa should be prioritized and assisted to grow. Again, that approach was accepted by the summit. In other words, as you left the summit, you were very clear where were the issues, including the emphasis by the Chinese, which is not just theoretical, is concrete and practical, to say any economic growth must include the people.
The global dynamics may have something to do with the emphasis on the developing countries. BRICS countries consolidated their position ahead of the G20 summit. They are also increasingly exerting their influence.
We have been very consistent in the G20 to discuss the challenges of Africa, partly because if you solve the problems of one country in Africa, you don't deal with the continent, you would not be hitting the nail on the head, because Africa is a one continent. It needs to be developed. For a country like South Africa that is developed in the continent, needs other countries to develop, so that you have a bigger cake, so to speak, that people could look at, and you need to change the quality of lives in Africa. You can't do it with one country. That has been as clear as anything as South Africa, that the development of other countries in the continent actually helps to develop your own country wherever you are. Part of the reason, for an example, in Africa, is that precisely because of the economies that have not developed, citizens in those countries go where they believe there is more economic activities. That explains why, for an example, we have in South Africa a lot of brothers and sisters who come to look for opportunities. Now you need to create opportunities in every country so that we can also go there and everybody could be where they want, not because where they are, there are very little opportunities.
And for South Africa, a 30 billion rand deal to build the rail line between Gauteng and Mpumalanga, a great achievement.
If you want to develop the economy, you have got to expand the infrastructure, because without the infrastructure, the economy will not grow. You are likely to suffocate the economy, and therefore opening up infrastructure is the way to go. But besides that, there are specific areas where you need this, like yesterday, like Moloto Road. We have been talking about this. You'll recall that at one time when I was doing Siyahlola in Mzwandile, in Marabastad, there were citizens who came from Moloto Road who asked me to come there and see, and I did go there thereafter. And I promised them that we are going to deal with that corridor, and this is the results.
The Guangdong province has invested heavily in South Africa. Last month, the province signed a memorandum of understanding with KwaZulu-Natal, including business agreements to the tune of over 2.6 billion rand.
The relationship that is developed between this province and KwaZulu-Natal is absolutely welcomed. There is no other province you could have wanted a relationship with more than this one, which has a GDP that is more than $1 trillion as a province, is one of the provinces that opened up China. It started from here. Is one of the provinces that is looked at as an example of a province in the country here. So the province has the capacity.
Meanwhile, South Africa and China will meet later this year in South Africa to discuss further relations in a binational commission. Mzwandile Mbeje, SABC News, Guangzhou, China.